Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar. I am Hatice, an E-Invoicing consultant at Melasoft. Thank you for joining us today. In this session, we will talk about the Danish e-invoicing system, one of the most advanced system in Europe, as you know. These topics can be a bit technical, so we will explain everything in a simple way. If anything is unclear, please write your question in the chat. Before we start, I would like to introduce my colleague, Sally.
Thank you, Hatice. Hello, everyone. I'm Salih, product owner at Melasoft. I am happy to be here with you today. Let me start with a quick picture of Denmark. Denmark is very strong in digitalization. The government uses clear laws to support invoicing in both the public and private sector. Today, a large part of the country's trade runs through reliable, standardized, and low-cost digital processes. This saves the country a lot of money every year.
Yes, exactly. And to understand the Danish model, there are two key steps. The first step is the B2G mandate for public procurement. Suppliers must send electronic invoices to the public authorities. The second step is the move to the B2B with 2022 Bookkeeping Act. One main authority manages these rules. This is the Danish Business Authority, shortly EST.
Yeah, great summary. Thank you. Now let's look at the engine behind the system. Our main focus today is NEMHANDEL. NEMHANDEL is the Danish implementation of the Peppol network. You can think of it as the technical backbone of the invoicing in Denmark.
Now let's move to the fun part of every system, the law. Don't worry, we will keep it short and simple. To understand Denmark's model, we need to look at its legal base. The first invoicing mandate started in 2005, but the big step came with the 2022 Bookkeeping Act. This law puts invoicing at the center of Denmark's digital strategy.
Exactly. And every big law needs someone to run it. In Denmark, this is Styrelsen, or simply EST. You can think of EST as the project owner or the whole system, not just a compliance police. They have two main roles. The first one, rule setting. EST defines the rules under the Bookkeeping Act. They say how companies should move to digital records and which standards they must follow. The second one, NEMHANDEL management. EST also manages NEMHANDEL at a technical level. They publish the specifications and guidelines so that all systems can speak the same language.
So, to put in one sentence, EST designs and supervises the digital backbone of Danish business. What they decide directly affects how every company in the country handles its financial processes.
So we have talked about who makes the rules. Now let's see what those rules mean in real life bookkeeping. Denmark calls these the digital bookkeeping model. It comes with the 2022 Bookkeeping Act, and it's more than an invoicing rule. It actually changes how companies keep their financial records. There are two main ideas here. The first one, everything becomes digital. What does it mean? If a company is over a certain size, it must use an approved digital accounting system. Paper folders and messy Excel files are no longer enough. The second one, data flows automatically. Incoming and outgoing invoices are already in a standard format. The rule says they should go straight into the accounting system without manual typing. You can think of it as integration by default. The result is simple: fewer errors, more transparency, and a much stronger defense against financial fraud. Now, what about the timeline? Not everyone has to switch at the same time. Large companies start digital record keeping from 2024. Smaller businesses get more time. For example, small personal companies that do not file annual accounts but have more than 300,000 kroner turnover for the 2 years must use digital accounting and be able to send and receive invoices from the first financial year starting on or after January 1st, 2026. So in short, Denmark wants every invoice to land in the books automatically, and they are giving smaller companies a little extra time to join this digital world.
Thanks, Sally. That was a clear overview. So, we have not seen the rules, the automation part, and the step-by-step timeline. What does this mean for Denmark in practice? It shows a clear vision. Not only invoices, but the whole business process should be digital and easy to verify.
Okay, we've survived the low part. Now let's talk about the technology that makes all of this work, Peppol. Peppol is an international network for electronic business documents such as e-invoices, e-orders, and e-catalogs. Denmark uses Peppol as the technical base of its invoicing system. It gives us common standard and a shared network, so systems in different countries can talk to each other. To see how it works, let's look at the Peppol four-corner model. In this model, companies don't connect directly to each other. Each company connects an access point, and the access point exchanges the documents. This model is mandatory in Denmark under the NEMHANDEL setup. Corners 2 and 3 are these corner 2, corner 2 and 3 are these access points. Certified providers like Melasoft take the invoice, convert it to the right Peppol format, sign it, and send it securely to the receiver's access point. For security, Peppol uses AS4 protocol. You can think of AS4 as a secure, encrypted, and fully traceable highway for the data. Another important piece is the Peppol directory. When you send an invoice to a public entity in Denmark, you don't have to know which access point they use. Your access point looks up the receiver with IDs like CVR or ENA and automatically finds the right route. This is the idea of connect once, reach many. Finally, the big benefit, cross-border trade, because Denmark uses Peppol. Danish companies can trade with public entities in more than 30 other Peppol countries without building a new integration each time.
Thanks, Sally. That was a very clear tour of the how. If we take a back, if we take a step back, we can say it like this. In Denmark, a B2G invoice is a standard e-invoice sent with Peppol rules over the NEMHANDEL network. And once you are connected, you are ready for many other countries as well.
Now we are entering the format jungle of Denmark. But don't worry, we will keep the map simple. In Denmark, two invoicing formats live side by side, Peppol BIS 3.0 and OIOUBL 3.0. Public authorities must be able to receive both. This is required by the EST. Two formats, because Denmark wants to keep its national format OIOUBL and at the same time be fully connected to Europe through Peppol BIS 3.0. Both formats are XML and based on UBL, but the business rules and some data fields are a little bit different. Let's start with Peppol BIS 3.0. You can think of it as the European passport for e-invoices. BIS 3.0 is built on the European standard EN 16931. That means basic concepts like seller, buyer, and invoice line are understood the same way across the Peppol network. In Denmark, public entities accept both formats, but for foreign suppliers, Peppol BIS 3.0 is the normal choice when invoicing Danish public customers through a Peppol access point. BIS 3.0 comes with many business rules. They make sure simple things are right, that the VAT is correct, the currency code is valid, and all required fields are completed. For example, if there is VAT on the invoice, you need a correct VAT breakdown according to EU rules. If the buyer is a public body, you must include a buyer reference, for example, the Danish EAN or GLN number, in the right UBL element so the system can route the invoice automatically. This is where Melasoft comes in. As an access point, we validate each Peppol invoice against the official Peppol BIS 3.0 schemes and business rules before it goes into NEMHANDEL network. So when the invoice leaves us, it's already compliant.
Yeah, great, Salih. Thanks for your summary. That covers the European side, the Peppol BIS 3.0. Now, let's look at the local Danish format, OIOUBL 3.0. This format is Denmark's own national standard, and it has not been retired. Instead, the EST has updated it step by step so that it's closer to the European model. OIOUBL is based on the local version of UBL 2.0 or 2.1. Its original purpose was to support Danish administrative and reporting needs that existed before EN 16931 became popular. The newer versions, often called OIOUBL 3.0, this new version try to reduce the structural gap to EN 16931. So while OIOUBL and the BIS 3.0 are still different formats, the key business data is now more aligned, which makes life easier for the receiver. Because it's a local format, OIOUBL has some stricter national data rules. Here I can give an example for OIOUBL. The CVR number, as I said before, Central Business Register number for the supplier, and the EAN or GLN, Global Local Number, as I said, for the public recipient. Now, these numbers are very clearly defined and strongly validated in OIOUBL. Sometimes even more strictly than in BIS 3.0, especially for older or legacy systems. So here I can say the result is coexistence and choice. A Danish supplier with an older ERP system may still prefer to send OIOUBL invoices because their software is built for that format. And the NEMHANDEL makes sure that these OIOUBL invoices are still delivered and processed correctly by the public sector systems. For OIOUBL, I can say this.
Okay, they have met the two formats, OIOUBL and Peppol BIS 3.0. Now the big question is, what does the mandate actually ask from suppliers? The rule is simple. Whatever format you use, your invoice must go through a certified access point and pass the NEMHANDEL validation checks. Only then is it compliant. To make this more concrete, we have prepared a short comparison table here showing how the technical rules and NEMHANDEL mandate line up.
Thanks, Ali. It's a very detailed table, and that table makes the national versus international picture very clear. So, what is the takeaway for a company that wants to work with Denmark? It's basically two things. First of all, use a certified Peppol SS point to handle the secure transfer like Melasoft, as we are a certified Peppol SS point. And secondly, make sure your system can create a Peppol BIS 3.0 invoice that gives you a widest acceptance today and the future as well. As Melasoft, we handle the format conversion and the double validation, so your invoices work with both Danish formats. And then at the end of this format part, we can say formats are done and you made it through the geeky part. Now let's talk about one of the most important parts of the system, security. Security is what makes the whole system legally valid. First, the transfer. Peppol used the AS4 protocol with encrypted channels like TLS or HTTPS. This protects the data during transport process and ensures the content cannot be changed or read by others on the way. And the second security issue is strong identity. SS points are certified by the EST. On the top of that, Danish organizations normally log in with strong national digital IDs like NEMID or MIT ID. This makes it very clear who is sending the invoice, which is crucial for non-repudiation. And finally, archiving. Under Bookkeeping Act, all invoices or related records, including timestamps and receipts, must be stored safely in their original electronic form without change for at least 5 years. The EST sets rules for where and how this digital archive must be kept, so that invoices remain legally valid if there is any audit later.
Now that we've seen how the system works, let's answer the simple question. Why did Denmark do all this? The short answer is because it brings big benefits. Firstly, cost and efficiency. Compared to paper, an e-invoice is much cheaper to send and process. Error rates drop dramatically and companies save millions of kroner each year. Second one, speed and cash flow. When invoices are processed automatically, they move through the system faster and suppliers get paid sooner. The third one is easy international compliance. With Peppol, Danish companies can work with many other countries without building a new integration for each one.
Yeah, those are strong benefits, Sally. But of course, every big change also has its challenge. We should be honest about that. About this challenge, we can say the first one is old or legacy systems. Many SMEs still use older ERP or accounting software. Bringing these systems in line with Peppol or OIOUBL often means extra work. like mapping XML fields, filling all mandatory data like ENG or CVR numbers. Uh, the second challenge is certificate management. Peppol SS points use certificates, and these must be managed and kept in sync with digital IDs like NEMID or MIT ID. This needs some technical knowledge. So there is some challenge about this process.
And finally, we have to mention penalties. The EST has the power under the Bookkeeping Act to give significant administrative fines to businesses that do not follow the digital bookkeeping and invoicing rules. Non-compliance can cause both financial and legal problems. For example, if records are missing, wrong, or not kept in digital form.
Okay. So that is a serious message for everyone who ignores the rules. But the main point is positive. Denmark does not see digitization as a burden, but as a way to make the whole economy stronger and more competitive.
All right, we've reached the end of our session. I'll show you how to connect to Peppol through the Docnova portal and how to send invoices over Peppol. Let me share my screen. Peppol Test Company. I have created this one. Uh, Actually, while creating company, you can apply being Peppol participant directly, but after creation, there's option as well. Uh, and let me show you how to apply for being a Peppol participant. There are three ways here: a CVR number, P number, and SE number. And I prefer CVR number. For this purpose, I need to enter my CVR number, and we have two options. Automatic way is connecting with your official bank account. When you connect your official bank account directly, your Peppol application will be accepted. The other way is manual application. After the manual application, our officials will reach you to verify your company and your role in this company. For testing purposes, my application will be accepted directly. Okay, my application was approved, and let me refresh the page, and I see my Peppol participant ID here, and let's create an invoice. This is easiest way to create a Peppol invoice. Here, I need to fill required fields. These are random values, and this is my customer. And its VAT number is pretty similar. And invoice number, postal code, address, buyer reference, and due date. invoice line. And I need a valid IBAN number for Denmark. Let me find one. Here. Okay. These are required mandatory fields. And I can create it. As you see, my invoice was created. And next step is to send this invoice my customer. In order to send it, I use this button, send via Peppol, and I see it's sent already. That's all. Everything is very easy with .nova portal. Today we walked through the Danish model from law to technology. EST, the Bookkeeping Act, NEMHANDEL, and Peppol. Denmark now has one of the most advanced e-invoicing systems in the world, and it is a great example of how digitization can reshape a whole economy.
Exactly. Any company that wants to work with Denmark needs to follow these standards and they use a certified Peppol SS point. For example, Microsoft. For Denmark, going digital is not just no more paper. It's about smarter and more efficient business processes. And thank you all for your joining us today. If you have any question or feedback about Danish invoicing system, please feel free to reach us. You can email us at info@microsoft.com. And goodbye for now. And we hope to see you in our next webinar. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.